Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about Monster Fluxx. Monster Fluxx is a card game from Looney Lab Games from 2013. It is rated for ages 8 and up, seats 2 to 6 players, and average play time is about 15 to 20 minutes. But let's dig into it a little further, shall we? Monster Fluxx was created by Looney Labs in 2013. Unlike the other iterations of Fluxx, like Pirate Fluxx, Star Fluxx, Firefly Fluxx, and so on, this version is a little on the simplistic side as it doesn't contain any creepers. The game is classified as more of an introductory level game to teach people how to play Fluxx. The game does come with multiple pieces. It contains 100 cards and comes with a set of instructions. There is no rule for who goes first in this game. The players get to decide. To set up this game, place the basic rules card in the center of the table. Shuffle the deck and deal 3 cards to each player. Place the remaining deck face down next to the basic rules to form a draw pile. At the start of the game, there will be no goal or new rule cards in play. They will be added as the game progresses. Fluxx is a game about change, so this game will change as you play it. The game begins with just a couple of very simple rules and becomes more complex as additional rules are added via special cards called new rules. Start by following the basic rules. Draw 1 card and play 1 card, and adapt to all additional new rules as they are played. Players take turns going clockwise around the table, drawing and playing the indicated number of cards until someone meets the current goal condition. Goal cards set the winning condition. Meeting the goal will require that you have a specific combination of cards called keepers on the table in front of you. When a new goal is played, it replaces the old goal. Depending on what rules are in play, you potentially have 4 options on your turn of things you can do. First, draw the number of cards currently required. Second, play the number of cards currently required. Third, discard down to the current hand limit if there is any. And fourth, comply with the current keeper limit if there is any. When playing your card, you may choose any card in your hand. There is no options that require you to play anything in any particular order. This game does contain 5 different types of cards. The first of these is the basic rules card. This is the starting point, the foundation on which the rest of the game is built. These initial rules will be superseded by the new rules during the course of play, but this card should remain on the table at all times. The basic rules are draw 1 card per turn and play 1 card per turn, with no other restrictions such as hand or keeper limits. The second type of card in this game is the new rules card, which is in yellow. To play a new rule, place it face up near the basic rules. If it contradicts a new rule already in play, discard the old rule. New rules take effect instantly, so all players must immediately follow the new rule as required. This will often cause the player whose turn it is to draw or play additional cards right away, or it may cause other players to immediately discard some of their cards. The third type of card in this game is the goal card, pictured in pink. These cards show the specific keepers you must have on the table in front of you in order to win. To play a goal, place it face up in the center of the table, discarding any previous goal, if any. The game begins with no goal in play, so no one can win until one is played. The goal applies to everyone. As soon as someone meets these conditions, they win, even if it is someone else's turn. The fourth type of card are keeper cards, pictured in green. To play a keeper, take it out of your hand and place it on the table in front of you face up. Most goals require you to have a particular pair of keepers, so playing a keeper is always a good thing. The fifth and final type of card in this game are action cards, pictured in blue. Action cards are used once and discarded. Just do whatever the card says, then place it into the discard pile. Actions can sometimes cause major chaos and yet at other times have no effect at all. Note that while some actions may cause additional cards to be played, everything that happens as a result of an action card is considered part of one play. The game continues until someone meets the conditions of the current goal. That player wins instantly no matter whose turn it is. If a tie occurs, the game continues until one winner emerges. With this game, a few points of order do need to be made. If the draw pile runs out, shuffle the discard pile, turn it over, and make a new draw pile. New players may join at any time by being dealt a hand of 3 cards. Whenever something mentions a card in play, this refers to a card that is face up on the table but not in the discard pile. If you have a keeper in play and you want to play another keeper, you do not have to discard the first keeper to play the second keeper. You can have as many keepers in play as you want unless there is a keeper limit rule in play. The last point of note with this game, there are some keeper cards that are classified as monster cards, and they do have corresponding action cards that will target them directly. The keepers with the eyeballs up in the top right corner are classified as monsters. As in this game, there are keepers that do not have eyeballs, which are not classified as monsters and cannot be targeted by such cards. Well, this has been an overview of Monster Fluxx. Monster Fluxx is a pretty basic card game. It is a great kids game. It is a great family game. It is a decent strategy game. But I would put it at an introductory level. It is a great game if you want to get your kids into strategy gaming, especially in a card game setting, because there are strategies that you try to compete with other players, try to steal their keepers, and so on. So I would say it is a really good game for kids to learn on. The game itself is relatively easy to find. It's online. You can find it anywhere from about 10 to 20 bucks on the average. As games go, it's pretty affordable. It is still in print today, so you can find it at such fine retailers like Barnes & Noble, different game shops, things like that. So it is relatively easy to find. Like I said, as games go, it is relatively easy to learn. It's easy to pick up. You can go through the rules in a couple of minutes, and you should be on the roll with playing this. It's a great family game. It's a good game for family night. So I would recommend playing Fluxx if you haven't played it. Monster Fluxx, like I said, is a good introductory version of it because there are no creepers. Creepers are bad cards that you have to try to figure out how to get rid of, or you can inflict on other people. This game doesn't come with them, so that way it is a little more on the fun side, so that way you don't have to deal with the negative cards that can come up. I will be going over the other theming games like Pirate Fluxx, Firefly Fluxx, and so on. Each version of those games do come with creepers, but they also do come with different cards for their theming, like pirates and different things like that. So I will be covering each one of those in its own merits. But as Monster Fluxx goes, I think it is a great game for kids and families. It is a very easy game to pick up. So if you haven't played Monster Fluxx, I would recommend playing this game. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamer's Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out our video on Monster Fluxx from Looney Lab Games. If there's a game in the future you'd like us to review or go over, please put it in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that way you can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please have a great gaming day.